Every tradition, like the Native Americans, they have the sweat lodge rebirth ceremony. Heat rocks up in a fire, take them out, put them in this dome structure, which is the womb of the mother. The rocks are the ancestors. They carry the heat of the father, which is the fire, and the Bhagavad Gita says that, into the womb of the mother, the earth, and the children go in there. And you're pouring water, so there's earth, water, fire, air. It's all in there. And your soul comes up above it after 2 hours of chanting and drumming really intensely in the lodge. And your soul gets a squeaky soul shine, and then and your body gets purified of all the toxins, and then it all falls back together. So the Muslims say you have to die before you die. You know, we're born in this world, but we have to die to the ego before we pass on again. And of course, Christians say that you got to be born again, and the Hindus say dvija, which is twice born. We're born in this world once, and then we have to find that second birth in the spirit while we have this human form. So this is a place where everybody can come here and expect that no one's going to limit you to grow higher. You're going to have unlimited growth to grow higher. That's why people travel, and that's why I traveled and went to the ashrams and all over and in India, because especially if you're going in spiritual realm, spiritual mode, you go to one place to another, you shed a skin like a snake, and you go to the next place and you grow more, and then you go to the next place and you realize a lot and you've moved on and grown more. That's because even in ashrams sometimes there's people saying, oh, that's a new person, and then the next place you don't make all those foul ups. But in this spot you can always grow higher because there's no judgment here. It's just as you are, the sister was saying, you know, love yourself, and at the time you're inspired, not when someone bangs you on the head with the Bible and says you have to love spirit. No, that's delegating you can't do. You can only inspire, you can only inspirate love. That's because it's your free will choosing to love. That's what love means. In the Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanya bhavati bharata. When pure goodness declines and the godly are rare, and evil increases and foul is deemed fair, Vishnu says, I come to kill demons or the mentality and restate the dharma and thus please the souls and save them from karma. Then it says, by knowing the truth of my pastimes and birth, which are transcendent yet manifest now on this earth, one never returns to this valley of pain but goes to Vayakunta, my home to regain. Vayakunta is the spiritual planets. Vaya means without, and Kunta means anxiety. You know, so we get free from all this Maya, this illusion, this anxiety, temporality, anxiety, and ignorance, and we ascend into our three true qualities of ourself: eternity, enlightenment, and bliss. Pride is blinding us of God, and we want to be blinded because we're envious of God. That's why we came down here. Anyone with a material body is like the prisoner with the striped suit. You know, when you see the workers out on the field or whatever, the prisoners with the chain and the ball. This is our ball and chain. This is our striped suit. Everyone who has a material body has been implicated in illusion, and we got to get out. And so the holy name is what delivers that. You know, Allah, Allah, Buddha, Buddha, Jesus, Jesus, Yahweh, Yahweh, Wankan, Tanka, Great Spirit, Hare Krishna, Radhe, Radhe. You want to clean the air and the rivers and the streams and the forests, you got to clean your consciousness. That's the problem with the world. That's why there's a Gulf oil spill. That's why, because we're not cleaning our consciousness and seeing things as they are and seeing, well, we shouldn't exploit matter. Matter, the mother, Mother Earth, we shouldn't exploit the Mother Earth. The heart is a very pure and delicate thing, and people's minds make up their own rules that they're going to call their own religion, speculate, so that they can make up for their shortcomings. They create all kinds of belief systems just for themselves. That's why we got to look at the core of all the religions and see what the religious systems are about at the core, and that is the holy name, cleansing the heart, becoming unveiled of this from this illusion, and then proceeding forth. People put themselves through, 20-hour semesters in college with huge stacks of books, and they hide in a cubicle and eat ramen noodles, and they're practically doing austerities like yogis, but what are they doing this for? Material knowledge. You have to regain you lose it all when you die, but spiritual knowledge you don't. You take that up in your next life. So we can't actually be attached to anything. We don't have any birthright to that. Everything we can be attached to is eternal, and that's it. So Nirmama, nothing is mine. And neti, 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 this isn't eternal, this isn't eternal, this isn't eternal. Just look for what's eternal in this world, and then you'll get there. So the human form is meant for self-realization. If you do not use it, if you eat, sleep, defend, and mate like cats and dogs, you die. It's so embarrassing on the other side, because you get there and you get to see your karma bank account. You got this much on your good karma, this much on your bad karma, or whatever, and it's all revealed. The little effort that goes the furthest is when you have devotion to the holy name. We chant the holy names, that everyone from all religions come together and stop bickering. God, be pure just as your Father in heaven is pure. There's a quote, or perfect, same thing. And that is, a pure soul is someone who's humble, happy, helpful, and honest. And then a pure, unalloyed soul is someone who's understands that in full, lives it for a long enough time where just the thought of sinning, finally, you become unalloyed pure. You don't want to sin anymore. If you heal someone's heart with spirit, and their spirit is healed, they don't have to come back into the cycle of reincarnation and then suffer a body that gets diseased and old and dies. So actually we have healed their physical ailments when we've liberated. It's the highest welfare work. Like that, we liberate them. We share the holy name so that the holy name can liberate them. Never in the past, present, or future shall there ever be anyone more dear to God than one who shares that message with others. And so that's what we want to be empowered to do, even if it's on the small scale of passing a flyer out, inviting people into our favorite place to go for spiritual charging our batteries. And that's how we fight the Maya in this world. And why is there Maya? Because we desired it. It's all resting on our desire, and the Lord simply made this world for a place for us to run away from home. So kind, He gave His body, He expanded Him herself into this material world and set up the rules of karma so that we would learn a little bit about our actions, that they have some consequences, because we do have free will. He gave us that. That's the ultimate love. We do have to come down here and get the results of our desires. Until we purify our desires, until we become like the swan swimming through the crystal clear waters and enjoying the highest nectar, which is drinking the morning dew out of the lotus flowers. And we give up the illusory so-called enjoyment of the seagulls and crows fighting over a piece of maggot-covered trash at the garbage heap. That kind of explains why there's illusion. It's a place to run away to, so all these forgetful souls can not ruin the real party that's going on in the spiritual world. That's where the real party is. And we qualify ourselves for that by hearing, by approaching a bona fide spiritual master, inquiring how to serve God. You know, if you want to be close to the president, you don't just go up to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and knock on the gate. You won't get there. But if you're very good friends with his daughter, son, buddies, who are very close, then you can get in. So outside the Peace on Earth Center, we look over towards the neighbor, and I'm gonna paint it for the brother. He's gonna be putting an art studio in here, and that's his personal studio. And so we're gonna paint this from left to right, top to bottom. And that's going to help pay this next month's rent at the Peace Center. So we're going to share the process just for fun. Those are the primer colors on the lower part. Top part's going to be some kind of weird blue. And we got pickle pepper something, I don't know what they're called, the color. The green is going to be darker than that. Anyway, so just like that purple there is going to be darker. Of course, the magic's all in the end when we brush it in carefully, make the lines real smooth. And like I said, there's going to be a blue up there. This is my own personal design. I do a little like Athena's garden over there. Let's see how close we can get to it. And I made the sign for them. All right, and that's the finished product. The big wall done been painted. Now the donations will go to Peace on Earth.